Have you ever wondered what our planet looked like long before the first dinosaur, before the first tree, even before the first fish swam in the ocean? Today, we're embarking on an incredible journey back in time, not 1,000 years, not 1,000,000, but 1 billion years into the past, to an Earth you would barely recognize. So, buckle up, because we're about to explore a truly alien world that was right here, under our very feet. 1 billion years ago, the Earth was in its middle age. The chaotic, fiery youth of its formation was over, but the vibrant, green planet we know today was still hundreds of millions of years in the future. If you were to stand on its surface, the first thing you'd notice is the air. You couldn't breathe it. The atmosphere had only about 20% of the oxygen we have today. The rest was mostly nitrogen, with traces of methane and a lot more carbon dioxide. Taking a deep breath would be impossible for us. Now, look around. What do you see? Not a single blade of grass. No flowers. No forests. The land is stark and barren. The continents we know and love simply didn't exist. Instead, Earth's landmass was slowly crashing together. Gigantic. Geologists call this supercontinent Rodinia, from the Russian word Rodina, which means motherland. Imagine all of today's continents North and South America, Africa, Eurasia, Australia, Antarcticus. Rodinia was mostly centered around the equator, but its exact shape and position are still a topic of intense scientific debate. It's a world of vast, empty deserts, farther into the Himalayas, formed by the colossal tectonic plates. These mountains, raw, jagged, were constantly being eroded by washing sediment. The colors of this landscape would be breathtaking, but not with the greens and blues we're used to. Instead, think of a world painted in shades of red, orange, and brown. The rocks were rich in iron, and without a thick blanket of plant life, Theoxides said, essentially rusting under the thin atmosphere. It was a rusty planet, much like Mars appears today. The sky wouldn't be our familiar, friendly blue either. With a different atmospheric composition, it might have appeared a pale orange, or even a hazy, reddish-brown, especially during sunrise and sunset. The days were shorter, too. 1 billion years ago, the Earth spun faster on its axis. A full day-night cycle was only about 18 hours long. This also means there were more days in a year, almost 500 of them. The moon was closer to Earth, appearing much larger in the sky. Its stronger gravitational pull would have created massive, powerful tides, far more dramatic than anything we see today, sweeping across the coastlines of Rodinia. Now, let's turn our attention to the oceans. While the land was barren, the seas were where the real action was. But don't picture coral reefs teeming with colorful fish. The oceans of this era, known as the Mesoproterozoic, were a different world entirely. Likely a murky, greenish-brown, filled not with complex animals, but with microbial life. This was the age of bacteria and archaea. The undisputed rulers of the planet were cyanobacteria, tiny single-celled organisms with a superpower. Photosynthesis. For over 1 million years, these microscopic life forms have been tirelessly pumping oxygen into the atmosphere as a waste product. They were the original architects of our breathable air. But the process was incredibly slow. In the shallow of the waters, you might see strange, mushroom-shaped or cabbage-like structures rising from the seafloor. These are young single organisms, layered colonies of cyanobacteria, built up over thousands of years. Sediment and minerals trapped by the sticky microbes. Stromatolites are some of the oldest evidence of life on Earth. Living fossils that still exist in a few select places today, like Shark Bay in Australia. They formed vast, reef-like structures, creating the first ecosystems on the planet. But deep within the ocean, things were different. The waters were anoxic, meaning they lacked oxygen. This was a Canfield Ocean, a theory which suggests the deep water was rich in dissolved iron and smelly, toxic hydrogen sulfide, produced by other bacteria. This chemical soup would have been deadly to most modern sea life. The ocean was stratified, with a thin layer of oxygenated water on top, where the cyanobacteria lived, and a vast, dark, poisonous abyss below. So, was there any life more complex than a single cell? The answer is yes, but just barely. This period marks a pivotal moment in the history of life. The dawn of eukaryotic cells are the type of cells that make up all complex life, including plants, animals, and us. They have a nucleus and other specialized parts. 1 billion years ago, the first multicellular eukaryotic organisms were emerging. These weren't animals, but simple algae. Imagine clumps of seaweed, simple filaments, tiny, microscopic blobs. Fossils from this period, like asterisk, Angiomorpha. Pubescens, asterisk, are the oldest known organism. To reproduce crucial relations for generating genetic diversity and driving evolution forward. This was life's first great experiment with complexity. These early multicellular organisms were still incredibly simple, clinging to the seafloor or floating in the water column. There were no predators, no prey, no creatures with mouths, guts, and brains. Life was a slow, quiet, peaceful, planet-wide microbial mat. Why did it take so long for a complex life to take off? Scientists believe Rodinia itself might have been a factor. A single giant continent could have limited the flow of nutrients into the oceans. The Boring Billion, as some paleontologists call this era, was a period of relative evolutionary stagnation. The environment was stable, but perhaps too stable, lacking the dynamic changes that often spur rapid evolution. The climate was also different. While the equatorial regions of Rodinia were hot and arid, the planet as a whole was likely cooler than it is today. The sun was about 10% dimmer than it is now. This faint young sun paradox has puzzled scientists for years. With a dimmer sun, shouldn't Earth have been a frozen snowball? The answer probably lies in the atmosphere. Higher concentrations of greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide and methane, likely kept the planet warm enough to support liquid water and life. However, this delicate balance wouldn't last. The eventual breakup of the supercontinent Rodinia would change everything. It would create new coastlines, new shallow seas, and alter ocean currents, pumping a flood of nutrients into the water. This geological upheaval set the stage for one of the most dramatic events in Earth's history. The snowball Earth glaciation, which would be followed by the Cambrian explosion, an unprecedented burst of animal life. But here, 1 billion years ago, all of that was in the distant future. This was a quiet, alien Earth, a world of red rock and green seas, ruled by microbes, a world with short days, a giant moon, and an atmosphere you couldn't breathe. It's a humbling reminder of just how ancient our planet is, and how much it has changed. Every breath we take, every tree we see, every animal we encounter, is the result of a chain of events that started on this strange, barren world. The Earth 1 billion years ago wasn't just a different place. It was a different planet, and yet, it was our own origins. The first tentative steps that life took on its incredible journey to the complex world we know today. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this glimpse into Earth's deep past as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures through science and history. Let us know in the comments what period of Earth's history you'd like to visit next. Until then, stay curious.